Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. A little video before I go to the gym. By the time I upload this, will probably be late tonight. I have decided I'm gonna upload this late tonight and shit like that. I'm not gonna upload it because like I have a lot of videos planned and scheduled already. Basically, I've been recording lots of videos. That's why you've been seeing a lot of random videos and shit like that lately. After WrestleMania, I'm gonna get cooled down and shit like that. I'm gonna relax because whatever. So yeah, hello video before I go to the gym. Here's my fucking pre-workout drink there, ladies and gentlemen. My pre-workout, my post-workout, my intro work. Just kidding, not intro workout. Just my drink in general. It's good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit, cheers motherfuckers, cheers. Just make sure it's not woke and shit like that. Good stuff, motherfuckers, good stuff. You know, this will get you energized, making you feel like you want to fuck bitches the big black couch, make them go, oh shit, oh shit. It's good stuff, ladies and gentlemen, good stuff. It's good to drink all the time. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been rumored basically for a while. Now it's confirmed and official. So NXT is officially moving to Tuesday nights. AEW fans are pretty happy. There's, the Wednesday Night War is over, shit like that, even though, okay, yeah, it was a fucking, both shows were on and shit like that, it was a sort of war, yet the reality is, I don't even know, like, people, when you talk about war, you'll be, like, excitement, you talk about the Monday Night Wars and shit like that. The reality is, come on, this is a joke of a war compared to fucking the Monday Night Wars, okay? Let's be honest here. The Monday Night Wars with fucking WCW and WWE, WWF at the time. I know it's like it's hard. It's like kind of not fair to compare it back then, but come on, that's when you talk about war. Even the fucking war with TNA was better than this shit. Okay, let's be honest here. And for all you people that complain about Vince fucking Russo, let's be honest here. Fucking the fucking TNA's ratings were better than AEW's ratings that they get currently. Okay? They drew more ratings than fucking TNA did. I mean, fucking AEW did. So don't give me this bullshit that Vince Russo can't. For God's sakes, his shows were more enjoyable and entertaining. Back then, TNA was a bit more entertaining than it was today. You know what I mean? With fucking AEW, and definitely, of course, TNA sucks ass, but whatever. But yeah, so NXT is moving to Tuesday nights. I mean, I guess this stops the whole war idea. It stops the whole fucking retardation of AEW fans, NXT fans, shit like that. But you have to understand, the reality is, the same people who liked NXT back then are now AEW fans. It's like the shit mentality. And also, just jumping on the bandwagon of liking the new toy and shit like that. But, you got still people who still watch NXT and like it and shit like that. But the reality is, at least it stops it. You know what I mean? It stops it. Like, I was never on any side, really. Because, for God's sakes, because I said both shows suck. Because here's the thing. The reality is, the difference is, fucking NXT was the developmental brand. It was a bunch of indie bullshit. AEW is just presented as a big-time indie bullshit. But they happen to have more stars, and stars who people know, like Jericho, Dean Ambrose, fucking Big Show now, but he's not wrestling really. Fucking, who else? Sting. You know what I mean? Even Matt Hardy, shit like that. But, like, barely people, like, they just have a little bit of stars. But the reality is, you have to realize, their ratings were even that much. And there were times that AEW would lose to the developmental brand. You know what I mean? But yeah, the reality is, developmental brand, it's not really that fair. First of all, one of the disclaimer, you want to watch a better video, watch WJ's video. Watch Wrestling Jesus' video. I'll put a link in the description about his thoughts on this. But yeah, you have to realize, people, sure, it wasn't even fair, right? With fucking and besides, NXT was already on Wednesday nights. But the thing is, yeah, it didn't help fucking going against, I guess, be on television, shit like that, but apparently that was good for, that's what, more money for WWE and shit like that. It is what it fucking was. But you have to understand there, they both suck. They're both the same shit. For people that say, oh, but you have to admit, the fact that, the reality is 1 million viewers watching wrestling was great. So That's compared to let's say 2 million viewers watches on Monday Night Raw one show. Just saying, or even with fucking SmackDown 2 or 3 million. How what sense does that make? Just go to show if like let's say AEW goes against fucking Raw or SmackDown, they would fucking literally get tear to shreds. You know what I mean? Okay, if they don't want to go against fucking Raw, they go against SmackDown. Let's see how they do, and I bet you they fucking like tank. Okay, let's be honest here. But let's just talk about this. So now the fact that AEW or it's just NXT, they're now on solely on Tuesday nights and shit like that. Yes, it ends the war, but you have to realize now that just means like every night of this week or fucking the week in general is gonna have wrestling. That's too much fucking wrestling there. Okay? I understand for some reason for some people who have no fucking lives, that fucking these fucking nerdy, neck-bearded, mongoloid, fat smarks and shit like that, that these fans, they think this is like the greatest time for wrestling and shit like that, because they think, you know, this is what wrestling's supposed to be, all these wrestling shows, and they just care about wrestling matches, but no stories and characters, shit like that. But the reality is, come on. It's bad enough that wrestling is not like how it used to be, and wrestling is just really lame nowadays, and it's more indie and shit like that. But come on, it's too much fucking wrestling. It really is too much fucking wrestling. Who the fuck wants to see? I don't have time to fucking waste. I don't want to fucking waste my Tuesday nights watching wrestling and shit like that. Especially when I go to the gym. Okay? I'm not gonna probably even watch it. But not just that, for God's sakes. It's also for God's sakes, like, come on, I want to enjoy my nights. I want to fucking enjoy, like, fucking these days off of not watching wrestling, you know? Now, apparently, you know, because TNA's going back on Thursday nights there. It's coming home on Thursday nights. Every week, every day, weeknight is fucking wrestling and shit like that. Like, really? And then you got pay-per-views going on. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not happening right yet. NXT is going on fucking Tuesday nights after WrestleMania. And shit like that. But, come on, really? Do you got, like, either you guys have no lives, or just, like, I don't know, it's too much fucking wrestling already. And it's not even good fucking wrestling. There's not even one good show! But here's, like, a bit of my thoughts that I wrote down. I forgot, but, like, you know, but basically, yeah, this was going on for... The reason why, literally, by the way, they have to move on Tuesday nights is because of hockey. So was it really because of AEW? Because the ratings were bad, apparently, yet they were literally getting, like, 100 or, like, literally 100 or 200 views less, you know? Or fucking 200,000, and some shit like that. The reality is, they're really not that different in terms of ratings. And you have to admit there, the fact that literally AEW would lose sometimes to NXT just goes to show like how much a joke, like fucking, like was it? It just goes to show how much a joke AEW is and shit like that. Like, and besides, for people say this is gonna be good for both shows, they'll get more ratings. Look when NXT at the time, there were like a few NXT shows that were on a Tuesday, and AEW would go on a Thursday. There was like times where AEW, they would have their shows on a Thursday and a Saturday because of fucking, you know, basketball and shit like that, right? And because of that, fucking, they would get the same fucking ratings. They never drew 1 million. Yes, sure, both NXT and AEW, they drew 1 million viewers and shit like that. But like, that was like the best they did. You know what I mean? It's not like fucking they drew fucking 2 or fucking ratings, the same amount of ratings as Raw would get or fucking SmackDown or even TNA back then at the time. They literally drew fucking, they weren't even that good. Okay? And like the show was literally the same fucking quality. So I don't really understand, like, for people saying this is gonna be good for both shows, that's really kind of bullshit, you know what I mean? Because they're fucking both the same shit. And they drew the same fucking range. For people say like, you gotta admit, like, fucking, it's great that both shows are getting 1 million on each, because, again, that's bullshit. Like I said, like, fucking, that's like saying, you know, I don't know, whatever. But the reality is, the only people who watch these shows are these fucking smarky fans. Or just people who have no lives on Wednesdays, or just don't do fucking all, or just for God's sakes, they're like, they have nothing to do, and they're kind of hoping that wrestling to be good. You have to understand that. But reality, like, fucking, the people who were watching back in the day are not watching wrestling anymore. Okay? Or have no reason for it. And you have to know, the fucking same people, like, it's really not much of a difference. Because they're basically true the fucking same bullshit. And for people say, like, oh, you know, it's a war, and fucking one person watches this show, and no. The only people watching this, like I said, is the same people. Because for God's sake, you have to know, if you tune into a show one time, that counts as a viewership. So you have to say, like, the people who are watching fucking, you know, like one person who's like, let's say a smart is watching fucking AEW. They probably fucking switch to NXT for like 1 second, goes back to AEW. That counts as a viewership, and that's gonna fucking and for people say that equals to 1 million, that's fucking retarded. Because for God's sakes, one person could like tune into this show, and they're the same person. You know what I'm saying, motherfuckers? So it doesn't make any sense. Because so in reality, not there's that whole idea of 1 million people watching fucking one night of wrestling is bullshit. And for God's sake, it's not really that accomplishment. Like, really, compare that ideology to fucking Raw when they get, like, even though wrestling, Raw sucks now and SmackDown, they're still getting more viewers than fucking AEW and NXT. So how does that make any sense? But yeah, like, for people that think that people are watching NXT and AEW, that's great for wrestling or whatever, no. It's like they're the same people. Yeah, you're gonna say like, oh, but AEW gets more viewership, because those are people who are probably just solely watching AEW. But you have to admit, like, the only reason why fucking NXT would get viewership too, or some people are still watching NXT, or diehard NXT fans, or they're just pushing back and forth. They're flipping the channel, and that's gonna count as a viewership. That's gonna lead to the whole misbelief of, you see, 1 million people watching, that's bullshit. Because they're the same people, it just counts as a viewership, people. Alright? So I don't understand why the fuck you guys are gonna pretend that this is fucking good. I'm just here to say that it shouldn't change nights, because for God's sake, it wouldn't make a difference. And for God's sakes, like, come on, it's too much wrestling. And, like, I wouldn't know, like, wouldn't have, it's not just for also personal reasons. Like, for God's sake, who the fuck wants to watch fucking wrestling every fucking night? And wants, like, because I want to do shit, by the way. You know, I want to fucking not worry about having to review it. Like, what will happen in terms of reviews? Like, I kind of like the idea of just reviewing 2 shows at once and shit like that. You know, just get it over with. You know, I guess the positive, like, in terms of I'll be focusing on the shows more, like, each show, because I will try to upload NXT reviews, like, you know, late Tuesday night and Wednesday night and shit like that, but it's not gonna fucking probably be, you know, it's just gonna probably be throwaway reviews, you know, because I'm not gonna put much effort to it, especially because Tuesday nights I'll probably be in the gym and shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, some people says that this would show as a failure to WWE's part, but the reality is this is just because this is happening because, you know, hockey, and this just means more money for the USA Network and Vince McMahon, because he's getting money because of this new deal. You know what I mean? Sure, this may show as a failure in WWE's part, for God's sakes, but you have to admit, like, fucking, the fact that literally they would beat AEW just to show how much this Wednesday Night War is a joke. Yeah, again, this is just not really a competition, because both shows suck. The ratings suck. It's not like they're doing, like, individually, these shows would draw 1 million viewership. You know what I mean? It's a joke. They barely could break 1 million. So I don't know what to fucking tell you, how much you guys can say, you know, they won, AEW kept winning and shit like that, yet they were losing, for God's sakes, some nights. You know, so yeah, people were saying AEW won, people are happy, shit like that, but yet, you know, what will happen now? What will be your excuse when you get the same fucking viewership? Just saying, you know what I mean? So the reality is, despite different times now, what's going to be your excuse for why these shows failed? Or fucking are not getting 1 million? Maybe AEW might have a slight increase, sure. You know, even maybe NXT, but the reality is it won't be a long-term run, because they're going to probably, because again, if these shows weren't able to fucking break 1 million, shit like that, and for God's sake, when they're literally the same shit, what's gonna fucking tell you? Like, they're not gonna do anything. Fuck all. Just saying. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, sure, AEW won because they had slightly more stars and shit like that, but, like, the reality is they're the same shit. Both shows are the same shit, just need bullshit, no storylines, no characters, shit wrestling, flips and kicks and crap like that, indie mentality, bullshit. You know what I mean? Yes, AEW had more stars, like, that's what people kept watching for. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, if I had to, you know, what I paid more attention to was AEW because of stars like those. But for God's sakes, both shows were shit. Even when I was trying to watch both shows and shit like that, I just was on the computer. Okay, I didn't give a fuck. Cause both they're jokes, man. So yeah, in a way, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna suck. Like now, like they're not gonna be on both nights. They're not gonna be on the same nights, so I could just get them done both, and I could just enjoy Tuesdays and shit like that, and not to worry about wrestling. But fuck, really, too much fucking wrestling. I don't know how you fuckers could enjoy watching these shows. For you retards that actually watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, they're happy that you can watch all these, and even TNA for fuck's sakes. And you actually bother to watch Main Event or 205 Live and shit like that, and you try to watch all these other indie shows like MLW or shit like that. I don't get you people. Fucking hey, too much fucking wrestling. And don't get me started with NWA Power. What a joke that show became. Holy fuck. So that's been my thoughts. All I have to say is, overall, so the Wednesday Night War is over. What's the excuse now when they get fucking the same fucking ratings? All I have to say is, fuck the Wednesday Night War. What a joke of war anyways, but I kind of will say this. I'm gonna miss it. Why? Because for God's sakes, I don't want to fucking watch wrestling on Tuesdays. I know I'm like not this big channel and shit like that, like fucking the Smart Busters and Wrestling Jesus shit like that. But reality is, I actually fucking try and do shit. You know what I mean? Well, come on. Let's just fucking say, like, when you're trying to... And again, this is, like, what people watch for me when I do reviews and shit like that. You gotta admit, come on. As a fucking person myself, would you really want to fucking... Come on. I mean, I'm not gonna give much attention, but come on. For real. Too much fucking wrestling, people. And I understand how you motherfuckers would be happy for this. So, yeah, that's just been my thoughts, okay? Just a little bit of my thoughts about this Wednesday Night War crap. It is what it is. It's the end era, shit like that. But what a joke anyways. Because for God's sakes, this Wednesday Night War was a joke. Alright? Both fucking were the same stupid shit. Alright, let's say, people, just get real motherfuckers. Get your fucking gains and shit like that. Drink your cola so magnificently. Off to the fucking gym. Cheers. Till next time. Peace. Goodbye. And also, one more thing. In the end of the day, you have to admit, hockey's gonna probably beat both these shows anyways with the fucking rating. Or hockey's gonna so what's gonna be an excuse now? It's gonna be hockey? Is it gonna be hockey now? On the USA Network beating AEW? You guys are gonna always find a way to complain. That's what, like, no matter if it's NXT and AEW, you have to admit both shows are shit. Okay? Just saying. But you have to admit, probably hockey's gonna probably get better ratings than both shows. That's how fucking a joke it is. Fucking Total Divas get better ratings apparently than these shows. What a joke. Till next time, peace, yeah, bye. Or Total Bells, or fuck. It is what it is.